Verses 11 through 19. Oh, yes. Okay, this is 10 men with leprosy. On his way to Jerusalem, Jesus went along the border between Samaria and Galilee. As he was going into a village, 10 men with leprosy came toward him. They stood at a distance and shouted, "Jesus, Master, have pity on us!" Jesus looked at them and said, "Go show yourselves to the priests." On their way, they were healed. When one of them discovered that he was healed, he came back shouting praises to God. He bowed down at the feet of Jesus and thanked him. The man was from the country of Samaria. Jesus asked, "Are 10 men healed? Where are the other 9? Why was this foreigner the only one who came back to thank God?" Then Jesus told the man, "You may get up and go. Your faith has made you well." Amen.
I like this story. There's a little explaining to do. In the first part of the story, after the lepers asked Jesus, we're lepers, help us. The first thing he asked them to do is go to the priest and show yourself. A lot of people today do not know that in ancient Israel, and in the time when Jesus lived in the 1st century, the priests also functioned like physicians. They were very, very aware of contagious diseases. And leprosy, which is a skin disease, that actually your appendage or your fingers can fall off. It's really horrible. People like that would live in colonies far off from their families, just so that they wouldn't infect other people. If something happened wonderful like that, and they were to be healed, and there was no sign of a leprosy, what they were to do was to go see a priest. The priest would check that person out, and if the priest felt that the person was whole again, then they would be part of that group of people which you call ritually clean. And that's the way they did it back in those days. And so like if you had a bad boil or some kind of a growth, and it was now absent from your body, you would go to the priest, and the priest would give you permission to go back to your family. Otherwise, you're supposed to be isolated. And it's really amazing how well they were aware of contagion back in those days. But the point of the story, of course, is that one person who was from that unmentionable country of Samaria, really bad. That's how most Jews felt about people from Samaria. Anyway, he was the one that came back and just was so grateful and thanked Jesus. Thank God that he now was healed. And there are so many ways in which we can say thank you. One way, of course, is to just say thank you to somebody, right? Well, I work with people, most of whom do not have any language at all. They don't sign and they don't speak. So if I do something for them and they're grateful, this is in my special ed class, how do they show it? Well, sometimes if I do something that they really like, I get this big smile on their face. And it's saying, oh, I am so happy, thank you, thank you, thank you. I have a little girl in my class who was born prematurely. She was only 6 months, what they call gestation, only 6 months. She's blind, she cannot walk, she cannot talk. When we tested her, she tested between the ages of 2 months and 4 months, but she's 15 years old. A lot of people don't even realize that these children exist, but they do. And they are wonderful. They've taught me so much, and I've learned so much from them. So one time I was kidding her, and I was saying to her, well, her real name is Lisette, but her middle name is Teresita. So I go, Teresita! And she laughs and laughs, so I bend over and she kissed me.
Aww.
She was so happy because she thinks that is so much fun when I do that. That is her way of saying thank you. There's a program that I've been watching lately on the Animal Planet Network. Anyone who's heard of the Animal Planet? Yay, all the animal lovers. Anyway, there's a program called Amanda to the Rescue.
Yes.
And this is a Saturday night thing, right? And Amanda rescues these dogs. And one of the things that is so sad is some dogs are like my special ed children. They have genetic conditions, or they have some kind of problems with their vision or their walking or their balance, and nobody seems to want them. But it's so wonderful that Amanda, who's the dog rescuer, has kept this one little cute little animal who's not a puppy anymore, who has seizures. And I know it's kind of scary when you see your pet have seizures. And what the dog often will do, it's sleepy, and then it wakes up with the seizure and starts rolling. And she grabs it and holds it to her body and sleeps with the little guy. And just so appreciative, so appreciative. This is our blessing of the Animal Sunday, right?
Yes.
And I think probably dogs can teach us better than anyone of how to say thank you. Think about how they say thank you to you if you have a dog. Of when you do something for them. You give them a treat. Well, besides wagging their tails, some dogs just lick you and lick you and lick you and lick you. It's like, oh, I just love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. You don't often get that from humans, do you? No. Well, humans as a whole don't do much licking, but I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's like they're so appreciative, right? They're just so appreciative that you're giving them a treat, or you're doing something for them, or you're giving them like a belly rub. Oh, they love that. Many people love belly rubs. And oh, and the tail goes and everything. I'm just so happy. You know, dog is God spelled backwards, right?
Yes.
We all know that, right? And if you really want to experience unconditional love, you need to have a dog. You really do. Because if you're in a bad mood, they love you, right? If you're in a good mood, they love you. If you could care less, they love you. They just love you, right? And you don't usually get this from humans, unfortunately. Sometimes you need a dog, you really do. And they will unconditionally love you. And say thank you by wagging their tail and licking you to pieces, right?
Yes.
That's what they do. And you find this also in human society. Sometimes people don't necessarily write you a thank you note. Some people have a difficult time saying thank you. I had a friend who just didn't like to write. That's just, and maybe I would send a gift, you know, on her birthday and send it. And then when she would come here, she'd do all this stuff for me, all kinds of things. That was her way of saying thank you. I don't know what her problem was, why she didn't just say, gee, thanks, I really appreciate it. But she'd just do all kinds of things for me. So then I knew that that was her way of saying thank you. But I mean, we have such great models here today, don't we?
Yes.
I have to be honest, I have kitty cats, and I haven't seen too much thank you from the kitty cats. Even though I do like them. But the unconditional love, Aunt Judith, who's sitting there in her carrier. You know what she does when she sees me? Lady, I give her the most nasty, tasty medicine that she's ever had. And that is not a thank you. Okay? But those of us who have doggies, yeah, we know how much we are loved and cared for. Can't we do that to each other? Can't we remember this? Because we have voice. I don't think there's anybody here today that doesn't have a voice, right? You don't have anybody that's doing sign language right now, right? And that's thank you. Thank you. But anyway, try to remember, you know, somebody, especially take people for granted that live in your house or your apartment. You know, just the fact that they're there with you, thank you for just you being you. Thank you for being a part of my life. Thank you because I appreciate you and that you've been so loyal to me. Thank you, God, for creating this entire, beautiful,